It's been a month since the jaw-dropping finale of Power Book 4, Force, and honestly, I still can't get over it. But now, my anticipation has reached a whole new level, because Power Legacy is on the horizon. What's next for Tommy and Tariq in New York? Could this spin-off become the crown jewel of the Power universe? Which fan-favorite faces might make a comeback? Let's dive into everything we know, and speculate, about the most anticipated spin-off in the Power universe. And, most importantly, when we can watch it. Tommy's crew. First up, who will Tommy bring with him from Chicago to New York in Power Legacy? Leading the list is, of course, Maria. Before the final showdown in Chicago, she disappeared without a word, returning to her family to protect herself and her unborn child. But now, with Tommy having crushed his enemies, it's likely Maria will reunite with him. Here's a juicy detail. Joseph Sikora accidentally revealed in an interview that Tommy will have a son. Combine that with Tommy's wish to raise his child in the streets of Queens, the same streets he grew up on, and it looks like we'll witness Tommy's journey as a father alongside all the high-stakes action. After Holly's death, I've been waiting for these moments, and Power Legacy seems set to deliver them beautifully. Joining Tommy is D-Mac, who's proven himself cold, calculated, and ready for more. I see his arc mirroring Tariq's, brutally efficient, yet still learning the ropes. In New York, he'll likely pick up the finer points of the game from both Uncle Tommy and Tariq. Then there's Kate Egan, a longtime fan favorite whose presence elevates any scene she's in. If Tommy now has a child, I can't wait to see what surprises Kate will bring to the story. And let's not forget Miguel and Shanti. Miguel has become like a brother to Tommy, while Shanti manages his Chicago operations. If another war erupts, these two could definitely be key allies in Tommy's corner. Tariq's team. Now, let's turn to young star Tariq. Leading his crew will undoubtedly be Brayden and Effie. More experienced than ever, they're poised to play major roles as Tommy and Trick aim to dominate New York. Tasha will also return, and honestly, she's one of the sharpest minds in the Power universe. Her interactions with Tommy alone could provide some of the most thrilling dialogue in the spin-off. On the legal side, Davis McLean could make a comeback. His absence in Power Book 4, Force, was felt, given how much of an impact he left in Power and Ghost. Maybe another lawyer joins the fold too. And finally, a surprise return. 2-Bit. Always managing to land on the right side of history, and still owing Tommy a favor, 2-Bit could become a loyal ally to both Tommy and Tariq. Villains. Now for the part we've all been waiting for, the villains. I expect the first season to feature familiar faces to help us ease into New York's new dynamics. Diana tops the list, now even more dangerous than Monet, alongside her unpredictable brother Kane Tejada. The tension these two bring promises some unforgettable drama. Another possible villain? Elisa Marie Proctor. If she comes back to seek revenge on Tommy, the conflict could echo the iconic Tommy-Claudia Flynn showdown. And let's not forget Vic and Jard, who somehow survived the Force finale. While they may not be brave enough to face Tommy head-on, they could still stir trouble, perhaps even targeting Tommy's family early in the season. Of course, new villains will appear too. I'm betting on the Korean or Chinese mafia, adding a fresh, dangerous layer we've never seen in the Power universe. And we can't ignore the potential for a showdown between Tommy and Tariq. If Tommy could fall out with Ghost, who he once considered a brother, then a clash with his ambitious son seems inevitable. Speaking of Ghost, will he return? Hopes were high for his appearance in the Force finale, but it seems the new era is focused on younger characters. Still, a New York-based Ghost cameo would be thrilling. When can we watch? Unfortunately, there's no confirmed release date yet. But with Raising Kanan expected in 2026 and Power Origins likely in early 2027, a Christmas 2027 release for Power Legacy seems plausible. So, who do you think will star in Power Legacy? Which villains would you love, or fear, to see return? Let's talk in the comments. And while you wait, check out this video to see what might happen in Raising Kanan's final season. The Power universe is about to shift in ways no one saw coming. Power Legacy isn't just a continuation, it's a complete game changer. Fans have been speculating about the next big threat, and now all signs point to a brand new villain stepping into the spotlight. Could this mysterious figure finally challenge Tommy and Tariq in a way that no one else has? The stakes are higher than ever, and every alliance, every betrayal, every secret from the past could explode in the streets of New York. Today, we're diving deep into power legacy theories, uncovering returning characters, shocking twists, and most importantly, the new villain that could change everything. After the explosive events of Power Book 4, Force, Tommy's move to New York is more than just a change of scenery. It's the start of a new era. He's not just a player anymore. He's a king building his empire in a city where power doesn't forgive weakness. But building an empire isn't just about money and muscle. It's about loyalty, strategy, and understanding the dangerous players around you. First and foremost, Maria is expected to reunite with Tommy. After disappearing during the Chicago finale to protect herself and her unborn child, she represents more than just love. She's a connection to Tommy's past, a reminder of everything he's fighting for. Fans should be prepared for the emotional depth her presence will bring. Joseph Sikora hinted in an interview that Tommy will have a son, and this adds a completely new layer to his story. Imagine Tommy balancing fatherhood while controlling the streets of New York. The stakes suddenly feel much more personal. It's not just about survival or money anymore. It's about legacy, family, and the future. Alongside Maria, Tommy's trusted allies from Chicago will likely make the journey north. DMAC, whose cold-blooded skills have been sharpened over multiple seasons, is ready to step up as a key player. His development mirrors Tariq's evolution. He's dangerous, but there's still room for growth, and working under Tommy and with Tariq will only accelerate his rise. Kate Egan, a character known for her intelligence and calculated decisions, will likely play a pivotal role in navigating the legal and political obstacles that New York throws at Tommy. And let's not forget Miguel and Shanti, who could provide tactical support during any major confrontation. Miguel, now practically family to Tommy, brings loyalty and firepower, while Shanti's leadership in Chicago demonstrates she can handle high-pressure situations when called upon. However, the biggest challenge for Tommy isn't just his enemies. It's maintaining control of a city that's unpredictable at every turn. New York's streets are unforgiving, and rival factions will be watching, waiting for any sign of weakness. This is where the first whispers of the new villain come into play. Unlike past antagonists who operated openly or had clear motives, this newcomer is rumored to be both strategic and ruthless, emerging from the shadows where no one expects. Speculation online suggests connections to an underground syndicate, possibly an international mafia, bringing a level of sophistication and danger that Tommy hasn't faced before. What makes this villain so intriguing isn't just power, it's intelligence. Unlike the old villains who often relied on brute force or intimidation, this new enemy seems poised to exploit every weakness in Tommy's network, from rivalries within his own crew to secrets in his past. The tension is already building. Every move Tommy makes will have consequences, and this villain isn't just looking to take territory. They're aiming for total domination. Power Legacy is also setting the stage for intense father-son dynamics. Tommy's desire to raise his child in Queens, the same streets where he grew up, adds layers to his character that go beyond crime and power. Audiences can expect to see moments of vulnerability intertwined with the ruthlessness that defines Tommy. Every decision will weigh heavily, not just on his empire, but on the family he's trying to protect. This combination of emotional stakes and high-risk power plays is what will set Power Legacy apart from previous Power spin-offs. Unlike Ghost or Force, the story isn't solely about revenge or climbing the criminal ladder. It's about the consequences of power on personal life, family, and legacy. And finally, the anticipation of who else will join Tommy in New York is part of the thrill. Will we see old allies return unexpectedly? Could characters like 2-Bit or even Miguel's rivals play double roles in the conflicts ahead? Each new face could bring twists, alliances, or betrayals that fans will debate for months. The arrival of the new villain adds an extra layer of suspense, forcing Tommy to consider not just the threats he knows, but the ones that might emerge from the shadows. Power Legacy isn't just about watching Tommy fight, it's about watching a complex chessboard unfold, where every move matters, and the next piece could either secure the empire or bring it crashing down. Power Legacy isn't just picking up where Force left off, it's taking the entire Power universe to a whole new level of intensity. If you thought the battles in Chicago were brutal, wait until you see what New York has in store. This city isn't forgiving, and Tommy's move north isn't just a relocation. It's stepping into a landscape where the stakes are higher, the players are smarter, and every decision carries life or death consequences. One of the first things to notice is how the tone of the show is expected to shift. While previous series balanced crime, drama, and occasional lighter moments, Power Legacy seems poised to go darker. The writing, character arcs, and anticipated storylines suggest that viewers will be immersed in a world where moral lines are blurred, loyalty is tested, and betrayal lurks around every corner. This isn't just about who survives. It's about who controls the narrative, who manipulates power from the shadows, and who is willing to cross every line to achieve their goals. The energy that comes with Tommy and Tariq operating in New York is unmatched because the city itself is almost a character, chaotic, dangerous, and unpredictable. Every alley, every business deal, every confrontation has the potential to spiral into total chaos, and the show is likely to lean heavily into this tension. Tommy's presence in New York promises more than just action. It promises evolution. The character we saw in Chicago was already calculating, strategic, and ruthless, but New York demands a higher level of adaptability. The criminal ecosystem here is sophisticated, and alliances are temporary, fragile, and often deceptive. Power Legacy will explore not only the physical battles, but also psychological warfare. Tommy will have to anticipate moves, uncover secrets, and outsmart rivals who have learned from the mistakes of Chicago. This is where the new villain's role becomes critical. Early fan theories suggest that this character is intelligent, resourceful, and connected to networks that transcend local street crime, possibly linked to international syndicates. Imagine facing an opponent who doesn't just play by the street rules, but rewrites the entire game. This is the kind of tension that Power Legacy promises. Unpredictable, high-stakes conflicts that challenge not just the main characters, but the very structure of power in the universe. With every episode, the line between ally and enemy could blur, and characters will need to constantly reassess who they trust. The stakes are personal, too. Tommy's child, the desire to build a legacy, and the shadow of his past mistakes all create a pressure cooker environment. Fans can expect scenes where family, business, and survival collide in ways that feel raw, tense, and emotionally charged. Tariq's evolution will also contribute to the series' darker tone. As young star, he has always been ambitious, but now he's stepping into a world where the cost of ambition is higher than ever. In Chicago, Tariq learned the ropes under Uncle Tommy, but New York is a different beast. The city offers more opportunities, but also exponentially more threats. Fan speculation points to Tariq possibly testing boundaries with Tommy, creating a tension that could redefine their relationship. Could we see Tommy and Tariq on opposite sides, even temporarily? Power Legacy seems to suggest that every character will be pushed to their breaking point, which is why the show is expected to be more dangerous than ever. No one will be untouchable, and no strategy will be foolproof. The combination of ruthless criminals, ambitious newcomers, and the new villain lurking in the shadows creates an environment where danger is omnipresent. The writing style in this spin-off appears to embrace this darkness by exploring complex motivations, moral ambiguity, and consequences that ripple through the entire Power universe. The expanded scale is another reason this series will feel bigger than anything before. While Chicago provided a contained battleground, New York offers endless possibilities. Different boroughs, new gangs, high-stakes legal battles, and potential political entanglements. The creators have the opportunity to introduce international elements, expand the mafia networks, and explore intersections of business, crime, and politics in ways that feel vast and cinematic. Fans are theorizing that Power Legacy might bring in Asian mafia elements for the first time, whether Korean, Chinese, or even Japanese factions, which would add a completely new layer of danger and complexity. Combining these new criminal organizations with the established Power Universe characters raises the stakes exponentially. Every confrontation could be both a physical fight and a battle of wits, and alliances will be constantly shifting. Power Legacy isn't just continuing the story, it's raising the entire world's scale and danger level, promising a cinematic, high-tension narrative that keeps viewers on edge. And let's not forget the emotional weight. After the events in Chicago, characters like Tommy, Tariq, Maria, and even supporting figures like DMAC and Kate Egan carry deep emotional scars. These aren't just action-driven plots, they're human stories filled with grief, ambition, loyalty, and revenge. Power Legacy will explore how trauma, ambition, and personal desires collide with the ruthless world of organized crime. When these personal stakes meet the broader danger of New York's criminal underworld, the results are explosive. Fans can expect moments of shocking betrayal, moral dilemmas, and intense confrontations that feel both real and larger than life. In essence, Power Legacy will be darker because the consequences are more severe, bigger because the world is wider and more intricate, and more dangerous because the players, old and new, are smarter, deadlier, and unpredictable. The combination of emotional depth, complex strategy, and high-stakes crime ensures that Power Legacy will not only honor the legacy of the Power Universe, but also redefine it. Power Legacy isn't just a spin-off. It's a full-blown setup for the ultimate showdown in the Power Universe. Everything we've seen so far, from Tommy's rise in Chicago to Tariq's calculated moves, has been leading to this moment. New York isn't just a new playground, it's a battlefield where past alliances will be tested, old scores will be settled, and new rivalries will ignite. The tension starts the moment Tommy steps into the city. He's bringing his most trusted allies, Maria, DMAC, Kate Egan, Miguel, Shanti, and together, they form a team that's ready to take on both familiar and entirely new threats. But Power Legacy is smart. It doesn't rely solely on brute force. Every character is strategic, and every relationship could be the difference between survival and destruction. The stakes are higher than ever because the city itself has its own rules, and failure here won't just mean losing territory. It could mean losing family, freedom, or life itself. Fans should expect long, drawn-out conflicts where power, loyalty, and ambition collide in ways that feel both personal and epic. One of the most exciting aspects of this setup is the potential for returning characters. We've seen hints that familiar faces like Two-Bit, Tasha, and even Davis McLean could return, but it's the way they interact with the core players that will shape the ultimate showdown. Two-Bit, for instance, has always been a character with a strong moral compass, someone who manages to stand on the right side of history despite the chaos around him. His presence in New York could provide unexpected support for both Tommy and Tariq, adding layers of complexity to the alliances. Tasha, on the other hand, is a mastermind whose intelligence rivals anyone in the Power Universe. Her return could shift the balance entirely, providing Tariq with strategies and plans that make his rise even more formidable. Davis McLean brings legal acumen and tactical insight, which could turn seemingly hopeless situations into strategic victories. Power Legacy is building its showdown by balancing action with intelligence, ensuring that battles are not just physical, but psychological as well.